everyone, and welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, welcome. I'm Kelly. I have a blog called Our Little Organic Life, and I talk about everything to do with green, eco living and zero waste, reduced waste wherever possible. So I want to show you today a few ways that I managed to reduce the waste in my home. So I brought a little bag of my favorite things with me, and I'm just going to show you what they are, talk through them. It's going to be super quick. First thing is my mason jar. They're so useful for everything, whether you're bulk buying or just having them as jars like this. My husband hates when I drink out of them. I love them. I think it's fantastic. And as you can see, I've got a little stainless steel straw here. These normally come with a straw cleaner, so there's no, if you're having a smoothie or something, there's no gunk. You can get them really clean. These are fantastic for having on the go. So that's one of my top favorites. Moving on, very important, coffee. Now you can get these in plastic. Hello. Hello. You want to sit down and watch me? You can get these in plastic. I like it in glass because I like the fact that you can't taste any residue when you're switching between tea and coffee.
It's me.
And you can choose your own colors from Keep Cup online. So you don't have to have this turquoise. You can have all kinds of wild colors if you want them. These are fantastic, and I always have them with me when I go out. The plastic one's a bit lighter. I do have a plastic one as well that is just dedicated to coffee. Third thing I recommend are these eco lunchboxes. This one is from a company called Eco Lunchbox, and they're pretty easy to find. You can get them all over the US and Canada. You can order them off Amazon here in the UK, or you can order them straight from the Eco Lunchbox website. They're fantastic. They're like a tiffin box, kind of. I don't know. I just feel that they kind of contain the food a bit better than a tiffin box does. They're a little bit better quality. I've been using this one for years now. It's in perfect shape. Yeah, so it's got the bottom layer, then this top layer, which has a lot more space, and then there's a little extra tin in here that you can put, nuts or carrot sticks or hummus or something in. I find if it's too liquidy, like a vinaigrette, it will leak a bit. So I wouldn't put a vinaigrette in this, but anything that's kind of thick, like a hummus or a guacamole, you're absolutely fine. So next thing is good old thermos. This is a really nice size. It's sort of a person's portion of stew, or even if it's like a stir fry and you put it in here warm, you can have it for lunch or whenever you need it. Again, this is a great one to take on a flight. I wouldn't put obviously liquids in it for a flight, but it's perfect if you've got some kind of non-liquid like a stir fry or something like that. If you're taking it to work, put your soups in it, your stews. They're great. And if you're on the go too, it's a nice zero waste option if you're going to a buffet. You can take that, or you can take one of these and ask them to use those instead. And carrying on with my packed lunch theme, because that is where I created a lot of waste in the past. I was just, every day when I was working, I had like these massive prep paper bags with all the sandwich boxes and multiple coffee cups, and they were all going in the garbage or recycle every day, and it was a sin, really. And so I try to be really conscious about that kind of thing now, and my husband's really good about it as well, and he still works, but he tries to create as little waste as possible. He's really good about using his Keep Cup. And what's nice is places like Pret a Manger, they now give you 50p off your coffee if you take your Keep Cup in. I think Starbucks do 25p. Costa does something as well. It's fantastic. So this is the spoon that actually comes with this thermos, but I use it for whatever I'm taking around. So it folds up really well. I got this at Decathlon. They do other cutlery as well. It's for camping, but again, it's absolutely perfect for taking out, so you don't have to take out a cutlery fork. So even if you're having a takeaway container, you're not having to use the cutlery. So that's fantastic, I think. If I'm out shopping, I've got about a dozen of these bags in all kinds of shapes and sizes, and they are fantastic for produce. They're really fine meshed, so I can use them for, you know, buying grains. Probably not so much for flowers. I haven't tried it for flowers yet, but anything like, you know, your peas, dried beans, peas, grains, anything like that, nuts, fruits, vegetables, absolutely perfect. And actually, if you put your produce in these and you put it straight into the fridge, it does really help extend the life of your produce as well. So I highly recommend these. I can't even remember what this was. It was just like a cheapy one I got off Amazon. There's a really nice one in Canada that does silk ones. So if you want something that's actually going to biodegrade at the end of its life, it's an Etsy company. I'll try to put the link down below if I can remember where I got them from. Those are really nice. Yeah, so these are fantastic. Moving on. Just recycle your old jars when you do get something. I try to get as much packed in glass as possible. This is an old pickle jar, and I use it to store my salt that my friend gets me from Greece. They have this fantastic salt there that they sort of scrape off the rocks because it gets so hot there. And it's just my favorite salt ever. So my friend very kindly brings me back some from when she visits her in-laws home in Greece every couple of years. And I have a big stash of it that I'm very, very jealous about, and I don't let anyone touch. Again, likewise, this is some shiitake mushrooms that I have had dried, and I've just put them in this. See, it's not a fancy Kilner jar. It's just a recycled old onion marmalade jar that I got at a food fair. So just, you know, you don't have to have the fancy, big, lovely Kilner jars or something to store your food in the kitchen. These things look really nice, and it's a beautiful aesthetic, and you're just recycling something rather than buying a whole new container. I've got kind of one toiletry item. I don't know. I should do a separate zero waste toiletries thing. But this is kind of my consistent one, so I do wanna put it in this video. And that is my deodorant, because at the moment I'm not really wearing much makeup. Summer's coming. I'm really busy. I haven't had the time, and I am not wearing homemade oils at the moment. I am actually using a commercially packaged cream, so I can't really put that in this video, but I do still do my own deodorant, and I just use this old jar. What came in this? I know what this was. It was like a chia seed, avocado, you know, natural pudding type thing. I got a Planet Organic. And the jar was so nice. I've just kept it and reused it for toiletries, and it's perfect size deodorant jar. And similarly, hankies. I don't use Kleenex anymore. I just use these hankies. They're so easy to just rinse out when you're done with them. Give them a good boil wash every once in a while. Just keep them in my purse or my pocket for little sniffles for me or my daughter. You can get these, like this is a cute vintage one. But if you want, you can make them yourself if you're handy with a sewing machine. Liberty of London does some really beautiful ones. My husband always gives me a couple every year for Christmas. They're just really nice to have. So I always have a couple of them stashed in my purse. They make a nice napkin on the go if you just need, something. But you know, hay fever season's coming up, so I am gonna need like 2 or 3 of these stashed in my bag at any given time for blowing my nose. And then finally, just for cleaning up my house, I've kind of Ziploc bag. That's very zero waste. but I have been reusing it for a really long time. I have switched on most of my cleaning to all this Norwex stuff, which I think is fantastic because this is a dusting mitt. I never need to buy any kind of polishes or sprays for the furniture. I just put this dusting mitt on. It keeps everything dust free. There's no residues left. This is fantastic. I'll put the link down below for that too. This is a polishing cloth, anything that's stainless steel, silver. Like you can see, this top of this was a little bit manky, hygienic, and I just polish it up. And this replaces your window cleaner, your Windex type products. You can see that's really polishing that up well. And then finally, this is the cloth that I use instead of anti-bac spray. It is embedded with some silver in it, and it just picks up all the bacteria and stuff off the countertops, and you give it a good rinse, give it a good boil wash every week or so. Fantastic. So these are what I've been using for the cleaning. You can see what I've been using for the food storage. You can see what I've been using for takeaway stuff, and a little bit of my toiletries. I hope that's helpful as a starting point for some of you, because I know when you're starting out with zero waste or just trying to reduce the waste, you know, it doesn't have to be the catchphrase zero waste all the time. It's a little hard to know where to start and what you can do. So I hope this gives you some ideas. They're all really easy to implement things. Any questions, pop them down below. Thanks for stopping by, and I'll see you later. Bye.